to my weekly recap, you guys. This week we talked about allegations and progressing, having a big heart, and how to be petty. So let's get into it. If you don't say allegedly and you go and you repeat something that you done heard from somebody that's not a reliable source, that Cardi B lyric, don't do that. If you don't have proof, if you don't have nothing to back up what you're saying, I would rather you shut up. Let me see what I can do. Either you can help them, and if they're not open and receptive to taking your help, that means it's time for you to walk away. It means that you just have done it. Your friendship, your relationship has ran its course, and nothing will ever be the same. But I want you just to sit here and ask me, like, are you okay? How are you doing? Where's your mental at? Like, don't just sit around and be like the people who are oblivious to the situation, instead of just being there like, okay, my friend is going through something. Let me sit there and be there for you. Like, you can have a big heart for people. Don't get me wrong. Oh, now I want to argue with you. It's okay to be petty. I ain't never told a person that you cannot be petty. I always tell people, somebody's being petty with you, you be petty back with them. Because at the end of the day, you are not no wussy. You are not somebody that's going to let them walk all over you. You're not a person that's going to sit there and take whatever they are giving to you. Because at the end of the day, if you think you can be petty with me, I can be petty back with you. And I promise my level of petty. If a person makes an allegation about you, half the time allegations aren't true. Half the time people make allegations because it's something that they just don't like about you. A lot of us have haters. A lot of us have had allegations put on our names. It's okay. It's okay. Some people aren't capable of being like, then you're doing better than me. And you're doing so well that I can't just not throw an allegation on you. Some people only throw allegations because it's something that is mentally wrong in their head. And they just want it to be out there for people to feel like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're having this. A lot of us have had allegations, especially in high school. People have made rumors and allegations on our names and speaking bad about us that could be not true. I've had it done in middle school with a little freckle face. That's so mean. But he did have freckles. He made allegations about me, and some things you overcome, some things you don't. But if a person makes allegations, just laugh it off because you know it ain't true. And if people really know you and really know your personality, then they know that allegation is false. Progressing. When you progress, you evolve and you change. And the thing about life is we all progress as time goes. We all change. We all become this better version of ourselves. And in order to do that, we have to grow. We have to evolve. We have to progress in life. And if you're still at the same place you were 2 days ago or a year ago or even 5 years ago, where have you changed? Where have you grown? Where have you progressed? And when are you going to become that person that's evolving, or you're becoming the better version of you? If you can't progress and you can't change over time as time goes on, then you will never amount to anything. Because life is about changing every day as you go. And if you can't change, you will stay the same. Having a big heart. A lot of us do have a big heart, and a lot of us do have a heart of gold. And sometimes when you get to the bottom of people's hearts, you realize that they have a big heart. They have the opportunity to be the great version of them, but they always feel like they have to put their guard up. Sometimes putting your guard up comes from having a big heart, where you have a big heart and people walk all over you. Because it's happened to me. It's happened to you probably. It's happened to your family. You have this big heart where you're always there for people, but who's really there for you? Who really has your back when you need them the most? Your heart can sometimes be your downfall because you have this big heart, but it's like, I'm always here and I'm always showing you that I'm 100 with you. When are you showing me that you're 100 with me? When are you showing me that all my loyalty that I'm putting into you is coming back to me? And, we all know how to be petty. I can't tell y'all how to be petty, really. I can just show y'all ways to be petty. Like, you can be petty by not caring. But the main ultimate way to be petty is not to give a flying F-U-C-K. Because if you give that, the people are going to continuously walk all over you. They're going to be able to get to your buttons. And the point of being petty is not to let a person be able to get to the point where it's going to make you sad or mad. Get even. To be petty, you have to get even. You have to show them, two can play this game, I can do what you do. So if you try to play me, I'm going to play you in the process, because at the end of the day, ain't no way that you're going to just beat me in my own game. I'm never gonna let that happen. Petty, you have to beat them at their own game. At no point in life they should be able to beat you and be like, I made you upset. Technically guaranteed. You should be able to be the one to be like, I made you upset. To be petty, you have to really get to that point where you know your line of petty. And do mean be petty. A lot of people like to go super below the belt. But my shade of petty, I ain't going to below the belt. I ain't talking about your kids. I ain't talking about your mama. I ain't talking about your grandma. I'm going to leave your family off the line. Unless you cross me to the point where you mention mine. Then I'm going to have to violate you. But if you don't do that, then I'm going to leave your family alone. I don't go for people's kids. I don't say anything about your family. I leave that to you. I'm going to go off on you about who you are as a person. Checking out my weekly recap today. Make sure you guys check out a brand new episode when it airs next week.